Hi, welcome to Sonny's the Car Wash Factory. I'm Anthony Analetto, and today I'm here in Leominster, Massachusetts, really close to my hometown here because I grew up in Massachusetts. And I'm here at Big Steve's Car Wash, where Steve Petruzello, the new owner, has transformed this old exterior car wash that was only washing about 20,000 cars a year into a new, upgraded express car wash with free vacuums, with an affordable price point, with hot wax, and as of last night, the new whole lava experience. Due to the lack of revenue and the lack of volume from the previous owner, the banks were not willing to finance this site. Steven saw some real potential in the site, and he was willing to take a risk and lease this property from the previous owner. Made just a few changes, dropping the price point down to $3 to get the business back and get the customers to come back in and try them. And then also on the exit end of the property, as you'll see, we added about 12 free vacuum spots. So now that the first year is over, Steve's washed over 120,000 cars his first year on site. And that's a big increase from 20,000 cars from the previous owner. With the new improvements Steve's made and the things he's doing, I think he'll far exceed that this year. And with the lava experience, with the hot wax and the new packages at $18, I think he's going to have a real successful site here. Hey Steven, can you tell everybody how you got involved in the car wash industry?
Sure, Anthony. I actually started just out of high school working for Mike Fazio. He had a chain of Sonny's car washes. It was in 1980. I started the car wash January 2nd, and I've been there ever since. Just love the business, love cars, love people, talking to people, change of atmosphere. You know, something different every day is excitement and it's challenging. And yeah, I just couldn't get out of the business. Loved it from the start.
This is a real interesting location. I mean, a lot of transformation. Tell us what it was like when you first got here.
Oh, when I first bought this location, it had done 19,000 cars the previous year, and in the very low 20s the previous few years. It was in dire need of re-equipment. The exterior building, the interior, everything needs to be redone in this location. So what I did was I ran the location for 2 weeks as is. When the Sonny's equipment truck pulled up, I shut down, redid all the equipment, put all Sonny's equipment in. The day I got it open, it took 13 days to do the project. The day I opened was a Saturday afternoon, about 4 o'clock. We did 249 cars in 2 hours.
Wow, what a difference.
Unbelievable.
Steve, can you tell us a little bit about the demographics and the local market and the competition in this area?
Yeah, sure. The demographics, there's about 50,000 people in Leominster, in this town, and the next town over there's close to 50,000 people in Fitchburg. You know, within a 3-mile radius or so, there's 11 car washes, 3 car wash tunnels, a couple of locations with in-bay automatics and self-serve bays, and everybody has a bunch of vacuums on their property. And there's a bunch of self-serve only locations. It's a median income, you know, middle class area, and lots of stores, tons of cars. People love to spend the money and keep it here. There's no big malls that they're driving to go spend their money. They're pretty much keeping it all in these 2 towns.
What were some of the difficulties you faced in remodeling and facelifting and redoing the property?
There were no difficulties. I mean, you know, when I came here, I had completely whitewashed my brain, as some people have said to me in the past, of everything I knew about car washing, operating and business models. I came here with a clear, fresh mind that I'm going to do a $3 car wash with free vacuums. And from day one, you know, we closed the place, and 13 days later, we worked hard for 13 days, renovated everything. Everything went smooth. It was exactly as planned, you know. And even the outside, you know, paint the building, do a new roof, the whole 9 yards. It just went smooth. It was all organized and planned well, and you know, and thankfully, the day we opened, we washed cars, and we've been washing cars ever since. I mean, I didn't have any real difficulties.
We didn't really change the lay of the property or the structure of the building, so there were not a lot of permitting issues or city requirements?
I didn't have to get a permit for anything other than electrical. I didn't change the structure of the building. The vacuum booms and all that, I mean, you could put the vacuum booms in, no permit, there's no electrical out there. You know, the vacuum motor, the engine, is inside the building, inside a shed. And yeah, so the permitting was no problem.
So here I am at the front of Steve's Car Wash. Take a look at the menus. Steve started off the car wash when he first opened at 3, 5, and 10, trying to get a real simple, attractive offering for the customers to get them to come back and try the car wash that had been run down quite a bit. And that was pretty successful for him. They really loved the $3 car wash because Steve's been doing this for a long time. One thing he knows is clean, dry, shiny. That's number one. So he gave them a great product for $3 that they really loved, and he slowly worked them up. After a few months, he put the hot wax in, created a $14 wash. Those customers that were at 10 went straight to 14, increased his ticket average about 50 to 75 cents a car, and really helped him to grow his revenue. After the Northeast show, he saw the lava system, and he put the lava system in this past month and got it tuned up. Today's really the first day selling, and then Steven also did the canopy up top above the entrance. 4 packages, and then now the lava on top of that. We're taking a $3 express up to $18. This morning, the numbers were really good at the beginning. I don't want to tell you what they are. I might tell you by the end of the video. But what we're seeing right now, very promising. Just with the signs up, before the system was running, they were asking to buy the lava wash every day. So we're hoping that this continues. The car wash is coming out fantastic. Steve, we know that we just added the lava process, in the last month, put all the equipment in and got it all tuned up, ready to run.
Right.
Tell us a little about the menu changes.
When I first opened, I was a $3 car wash. I had a $3, $6 wash and wheels, and a $10 wash was wash wheels, triple foam and undercarriage. And when I was approached about the hot wax from Simonized, I was a little skeptical, a little nervous. I didn't want to have a $14 or $15 wash on my menu board, but I did it. I put the hot wax in, raised my ticket average up over 50 cents a car, and my volume still continues to grow to this day. It had no effect on volume, putting a bigger ticket price on the menu board. So when I was in Atlantic City and got the Total Shine package from Sonny's, we just installed it. I had no hesitation putting it in and putting an $18 ticket on my menu board. I know it won't affect my volume. I have my $3 customers, I have my $6 customers, I have my 10s, 14s, and now 18s. And today's the first day. Prior to today, we had put the signs up this week with the lava and all, the volcano wash with all the lavas. And I had customers asking me every day, oh, give me the volcano wash, give me the volcano wash. It wasn't even installed yet. Today's the first day we've been running with it. We just finished it last night. So yeah, we're having a good start with it, and I'm very happy with it.
Here we are in Big Steve's Car Wash to just talk about a little bit what we did to help him with the equipment package. We reused a lot of what was here. Conveyor wasn't that old, was in fairly good shape. We left it here. New chain, new rollers, new sprockets and drums. We actually went inside. The mitters were old, they needed to be replaced. It's got a low headroom in here, as an old tunnel sometimes do. At Sonny's, we build custom equipment every day, so we built some low headroom mitters that could fit in here without having to change the building design at all. So we got 2 mitters in there, fitted out with microclean wash material. We put a poodle brush in underneath. We added the foaming chemical applicator arch to get the dual direction and the rear bumper sprayer on the floor. We upgraded the cloth material on his wraparounds and on his 50-inch side washers, and we put our 0-degree impact tube nozzles on the Omni to make sure we get the wheels clean. Rain arches, elephant ear blowers, a couple more dryers, and we've got an upgraded tire shine machine, old school with the sponges, and we are putting out a phenomenally clean, dry, shiny car. Again, Steve added the hot wax about 6 months in, and then now we're a little over a year in, and we just put in the full lava system. So Steve, let's talk about the equipment. I know the equipment was in pretty tired shape, and we made some custom low headroom stuff to keep the cost of renovation down.
Right.
What else did we add? What did we tweak in there?
Well, I kept the conveyor. I kept the Sonny's wraps. He had a set of Sonny's wraps in there. They're the older model, but they work. I tuned them up, replaced everything I had to replace, and I kept the set of side wheels, the van wheels, Sonny's van wheels. Other than that, I put in a couple of new mitters, all new arches. I put the floor sprayers for the prep, all new rinse arches, new blowers, all the Sonny's blowers. It was almost a total renovation on the equipment end. I saved what was already operable, could be repaired, and it's all Sonny, so I'm happy with it.
So here we are down at the exit end of the property where we have the free vacuum area and the exit of the tunnel. You can see here we're washing over 100 cars an hour. There's 11 vacuum spots. There really is no traffic jam. If you look at the cars behind me, you'll see that some of those are being vacuumed before the wash, some are vacuuming after the wash. Cars are coming and going, and there's nobody down here really managing the traffic. The vacuum started off with just the VAC 1100 posts. Your short ones, you'll see that those are aluminum, non-powder coated. Again, starting off on a budget. Once he saw the success in it, he really liked it. Up went the fence to control the trash that was rolling down the hill, because he was spending about 25 hours a week just cleaning the trash that was running into the woods, and Steve wouldn't let that happen. Put up the white fence, took care of that. Added the vacuum rolled booms to give it some more curb appeal, to keep the hose off the ground, to give the customer a better experience, a cleaner hose, give them some value. Free vacuuming is huge value in this kind of industry, in this kind of wash model. So Steven worked hard to work within the community, make a lot of friends, and now he's got customers that love his free vacuums. They're open, as you can see. Vacuum if you want, wash if you want, don't wash. Wash today, vacuum today, doesn't matter. There's no problem. Steve doesn't chase anybody away. They're all welcome here to vacuum whenever they want. And that's what makes it successful. Steve, how's the response been from the community since you did the renovation of the property?
Oh, it's been fantastic. The buzz around town still, and this is 21 months later, is Big Steve's Car Wash. Lines to the street every day, and everybody's happy to be here. I have a lot of customers that pull in, thank me for what I'm doing. We really appreciate you doing the $3. This is unbelievable. This is free. If you weren't $3, I wouldn't be able to wash my car, and the vacuums, I can vacuum. They really appreciate it. And anytime any organization or individual comes to me with a fundraiser, or they're doing a raffle or any of that, I'll give them some books of car washes, and a banner. It says, Big Steve's Car Wash, supporting my community, one event at a time. And I don't say no to anybody.
So far, it's the epitome of community involvement with a community car wash. Everybody knows who you are when you walk down the street. Everybody waves to you, yeah. And they're beeping the horn. It's just fun. It's the way you want it to be. Good service, good business, and you make good relationships.
That's right. This is the most fun I've ever had, and I've been in this business since 1980. And it's easier with all this volume and all this organized chaos. It's the easiest business model I've ever worked on.
Here I am at the entrance of the car wash, and Big Steve is no stranger to volume. You see the line today. It's a beautiful day. We're going to wash probably well over 1,000 cars. This hour will be well over 120 cars. Steve's got Matt out of the front line, greeting and serving the customers, because he has not yet had the opportunity to put in any auto cashiers, so they're still doing it old school with an apron and a handful of singles. Inside, we got a 3-man crew at the tunnel entrance. One guy's loading the cars, programming the washers themselves, one focused on the customer to get them on the conveyor in neutral, and then one man today, because of how dirty the cars are, they're actually prepping just the back of the vehicles, because they are running a little bit faster to keep them off the street, and they want to just ensure the quality. Steve only has one set of wraparounds in the tunnel today, and if we could do it again, there would be 2 sets of wraps, and maybe that'll happen in another year or 2. But with 1 set of wraps at this kind of volume, you got to use a little labor to make up the difference. We also have a guy inside the car wash, because it's an old building. It's over 50 years old, and the floor is not that even, so he's just watching the cars go through, hand on the button, ready to make sure that it is a seamless, fluid transaction for all the customers. He's going to satisfy a lot of people today, and this is where you build new customers. You don't want to wash them and make them angry on a day like today. You want to wash them and win them.
Yeah, I have 7 employees, and on a 1,000 car day, when the lines are to the street, everybody's working. It takes 7 people on this site. Then I have another employee at the entrance to the property, directing the cars to the right lane or the left lane, so we can get the cars in the correct order when they come in. And a greeter down here, greeting the cars and sending them in the order they need to be. Someone programming the cars, and someone this time of year brushing the backs. So, on days like this, I need 7 employees. On a typical day, if we're going to do between 300 and 700 cars, I really only need 2 employees, but I need 2 employees. And I do put 3, anything over 700 cars. One employee really spends a lot of time in the vacuum parking lot, emptying barrels, sweeping up, making sure everything's okay out there. But 2 employees here can do 190 cars an hour if they didn't have to do traffic duty and vacuum duty. There's no prepping, like I said. It's very smooth operation. There's no downtime. Everything's just.
How about a little bit about training? What training do you put in place for the employees? I know we were always big on training in the full serve days because you had to be.
Right.
This year, everybody's got a place all day long. No one's moved. Everybody's been where they belong.
Right, yeah, no, I mean, my background, along with you, we worked together for numerous years together. And we got a lot of training from Steve Goodrow through his program, and Michael Fazio was just huge on training. And that carries on, and it's still here. I train every employee that comes on the site, and Matt and myself, my manager Matt, we reiterate constantly all different processes and procedures. Even though we know the guys know it and they've been trained, you just got to keep them fresh. And yeah, it's just an ongoing thing. Training, it never ends.
Let me ask you a question. We've talked about this before. As you know, I have 2 car washes, and I'm a believer in the auto cashier. I believe the auto cashier adds revenue to your ticket. Matt's a handsome, friendly, very cordial gentleman out there greeting the customers.
Right.
And he's doing a great job. And we see that today's numbers already just immediately with the impact. But as far as the auto cashiers, thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts on auto cashiers. I agree 1,000%. They do raise revenue higher than an individual going up and greeting the cars. Absolutely, I think that. I have a problem myself within my own self with them. I don't want my customers to have any kind of an unpleasant experience at all. And I think some of the elderly customers we have, they're not too in tune with, they don't do ATM cards, and they have a little problem maybe reaching over, trying to do their deal. It's something that just bothers me, that my customer would pull in and get turned off by anything. And I think if they got turned off by anything, it might be that. And for that, yeah, I'm probably giving up some revenue per car. And I'm spending a little more money in labor because I have to have a greeter out here greeting every customer. They're in uniform, they're friendly, they're offering the services, the customer's informed of what we offer, and they're getting what they want. But yeah, there's no video showing how great the lava looks going on the car. There's no video showing how shiny the tires are. You give a little, you take a little.
I think it's going to happen. It's going to click
Yeah.
when you find those next 2 locations. And you want to manage the money and have a little more control.
Yeah.
Then you're going to kind of really like the auto cashier. Because
Sure
it's kind of like the video camera. You see the money go in, you know the money's there, and you know the money's going to go to the bank.
Right.
So it'll click. Next 2 locations, I guarantee.
I'll thank you when it does.
There you go. Steve, what's been the most difficult part of differentiating yourself, or maybe it's not been so difficult, from your competitors in town?
You had it right. It hasn't been difficult at all. All my competitors, every car wash around here is $9 base price. They prep all the cars. If they've got a 3-car line, it's 15 minutes. The customers know, if they're a regular customer, it's 15 minutes to get in because they're prepping these cars like mad. So it really wasn't hard. I mean, I give them great quality car wash for the right price, and it's convenient, and they're in and out in no time. If they're at the street, if they're last in line in the street, it's 5 minutes and 30 seconds to get on the conveyor, and it's 2.5 minutes to get through. So in 8 minutes, they go from the street on one end of the property waiting to the street on the other end of the property on their way home with clean, dry, and shiny. The Sonny's equipment applies the detergents and the waxes and the soaps to the car in such a fashion that there isn't an inch that's not covered. Front bumpers, the back bumper from the bottom up with the floor sprayers. I mean, when you have the right products, the chemicals, and the equipment that can cover the car and do what it has to do. We got tools like the Sonny's computer. Every hour it sends me a text, how many cars an hour I'm doing, what my average per car is, what my labor costs are. On my cell phone, same thing. I can get my video cameras, all my security cameras. I can look and see what's going on all over the property live as it happens, real time. Those are just 2 of the greatest tools there are. You're just so in tune to your location when you have these kinds of tools. Yeah. It makes it easy to run a location.
Technology makes it puts you much closer than you were before.
Absolutely.
You mind looking at that little phone and tell us what our average ticket is today?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so right now we're at 356 cars at $6.60 a car, so we're over $1 a car higher than I've ever been at this location. And yes, we're pretty consistent. Every day is between 520 something and 550 something or 560. We're 660 right now 356 cars. It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
So over 100 cars an hour. We open at 7:30, right?
We open at 7.
At 7?
Yeah, we open at 7. So we're doing 100 cars an hour, basically.
What recommendations would you make for other local investors or car wash owner operators that have sites that were similar to this? A little tired, a little run down, kind of giving up on it a little bit. What kind of recommendations would you give them as far as trying to transform their sites to something like this?
Don't be afraid. If you got the right site and you go into it wholeheartedly and you have your passion in it and you have drive and you train your employees, you're giving these people what they want. They want a ground-shaking deal. $3 car wash and free vacuums. Don't be afraid. The ticket averages aren't what you think. The costs aren't what you think. You don't average $3. All your other costs don't triple because you're doing triple the volume. I'm doing over 7 times the volume that the previous owner did when he owned it in 1 year. Yeah. Over 7 times the volume. In 2 weeks, this place went from less than 19,000 cars a year. In 2 weeks, it went to 8,500 cars my first month open. And I've done months over 18,000 cars. 1 month. Done it numerous times.
It kind of makes us feel good at Sonny's, one, that you're the one that got it, because we've been family and friends for a long time. Right. And when you called and said, I'm doing it, I said, hang on, let me open the file. Yeah, and I sent you the drawings immediately because it was already done.
That's right.
And it's, again, putting your money where your mouth is, or doing what we believe based on analysis and demographics and studies, that if you do your homework, it'll tell you what the results will be. And if you're not really afraid, the return is there.
It's a diamond in the rough. And all it really took was, you have to believe in yourself, believe in what you're going to do in your business model, and there's tons of support. Know that there's tons of support from Sonny's, from your chemical person, whether it's Simonize, whoever. There's support out there to help you. And all you have to do is believe and put your drive and passion into it, and you'll love it.
Well, I really hope you enjoyed the video here at Big Steve's $3 Car Wash. This kind of shows you what, with the right kind of attitude and the right kind of community involvement, some repairs and maintenance, some new equipment, embracing the innovations that are coming out, how you can actually take and really find a diamond in the rough and really polish it up to make it a successful car wash like this. Again, I want to thank Big Steve for letting us come down out here to video his site so we can share the potential that's out there all over the country for operators like you to take and reinvent and revitalize a site to this kind of potential. Again, as always, good luck and good washing.